Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be talking about cheating in Pokemon Go, more specifically Go Battle League. Now I'm going to talk about the most recent exploit that has been going on, as well as older ones, and talking about is it justified to do these things. Now most of you are probably thinking, well, heck no, it's not, but I do have a little bit of a rebuttal. Okay, it's a little something to talk about on how to potentially, how do you say this, get Niantic's attention. I'm pretty sure most of you know exactly what I'm talking about right when I said that. All right, so ever since this game has been out, there's always been cheating and exploits, mostly spoofing and stuff like that. Back in the day it was pretty annoying, but nowadays spoofers, I could care less. As a matter of fact, I would not encourage it. Okay, but I will say if you do have them around and you need a little bit of help for the Gigantamax raids, I mean, you really can't complain too much. Again, I'm not condoning it, but at this point, it's just extra stress you do not need to worry about, all right? So we had that. We had other types of things, little exploits here and there. To be honest, nothing really kind of affected other players too much when it came down to these things. Sure, you can knock people out of their gym, but aside from that, and also spoofing around to take people out of their Pokestop showcases, I guess that's more of a newer thing. It is kind of innocent for the most part, right? I'm sure a lot of you would say, well, I wouldn't say innocent is the word to choose, but I just wanted to put that out there. That's not too big of a deal. But when it comes down to cheating in Pokemon Go, when it comes to Go Battle League, okay, now that's a whole nother ball game because we're playing one-on-one, mano-y-mano. And well, if you're cheating, you're exploiting the other person and you're ripping them off. Now, the most recent one, if you haven't heard, from somebody going around named Jukabuka. Now, it's not just this individual doing it. You better believe there are other people who have found out how to do this, and I'm sure they have a little underground network and are exploiting it with each other, okay? So, Jukabuka did come out and talk to the world champ, and he said pretty much that he was doing this because Niantic doesn't care anymore, okay? So now we're going to get into it being almost partially Niantic's fault, okay? For sure, it absolutely is, right? And if you're thinking, well, somebody exploiting the game and that's being Niantic's fault, I mean, it's not really too hard to add it up to see what we're going to be getting into here, right? So he went on to say that basically he was trying to reach out to Niantic for a while now. I do believe this is how it went. And they just simply ignored him. He was telling them, hey, I found a pretty game-breaking bug here. You want to see what's going on? May have sent evidence, may have not. Probably explained it all to them in the whatever email and however they reached out. And yet he still received, they received no response from Niantic Labs, right? Well, Pokemon Go, whatever they were trying to reach out to. It's Niantic, let's be honest here. And so the next step is to kind of bring widespread attention. You can go and type it all day, but you don't really want to go and start typing about it. What you want to do is make action happen, all right? Now, before I go any further, I do not condone any sort of real world actions that are going to harm anybody to bring a point to say, hey, look, see, there's a problem. We need to fix this here. So before anything stupid happens in the comments, I just want to put that out there. But continuing on here, to get the attention, what they tried to do is just exploit the hell out of it. Now, you could say that this is just, you know, a bunch of nonsense gaslighting. But I'm not, you know what, to be honest with you, even if it was, I don't even care, okay? To a degree when it comes down to the particular person who's initially trying to do this, especially if they're going up against one of the most recognized players in the world while live streaming and using the exploit on them. That's pretty ballsy, right? So a long time ago, we had another person named Jesus. I forgot if that's the whole name he had, but the whole Melmetal fast energy exploit. They were along the lines of the same thing, saying pretty much Niantic wouldn't listen, and they know that this game is just busted and broken and they do nothing to fix it. So what they decided to do is just exploit the hell out of it until it got enough attention and traction, and to the point where they were forced to do something about it. So it seems like that's almost the best way to go about trying to get Niantic's attention to actually fix anything in this freaking game anymore, because they're not listening to us, and except for the just like want to pay tickets at us all the time. If it's some sort of an event, in-game event thing that revolved around money, or a typo that they did, they're seeming to start to kind of come out and correct themselves on that just a little bit, because, well, the backlash gets so bad that they're at the point where I think I wouldn't necessarily say they're forced to do these things, but it's probably going to be within their best interest to just be more transparent. Now, when it comes down to them like doing all these typos and screw ups and ripping people off, and it's not right, but it seems like they're trying to make an effort to fix it, even though, again, I'm not saying any of this is right, but you know, and here's the annoying part. It's like, well, we wanted them to be more transparent. They are, you know, and I'm not siding on them, on their side about all these screw ups or nothing, but it's better than complete radio silence, right? Yes, they are screwing up a whole lot and not even really taking care of their game too well, but at least they're reaching out. It's almost as if they're almost obligated. But again, you sign your life away pretty much when it comes down to any sort of rights while you're playing this game. You know you're being monitored, you're tracked, you're listened to, all of your data is being sold, all that good stuff. No matter what they say, I can't say definitively that they do these things, but you know, in my heart, I believe that that's what's really happening, because it's pretty much they've came out and bragged about these kind of things. All right, so back onto the topic of cheating here. When you're trying to get their attention, again, the best bet is to pretty much just exploit the hell out of it. Now, here's the thing. When a thief gets caught, what do? I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. You know, and I'm not trying to mock anybody who's in a hard place, who probably maybe has to sometimes steal for their food to, you know, to just get by on eating anything. And if you are in that position, well, God bless, I hope things get better. But we can't just always resort to that particular thing, you know? Thieves, when they get caught, say it's something that's not even food, just a materialistic thing that they don't even need. So we can just put that all out of the way. All right, you're caught. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're caught because you've been freaking found. But, you know, there is a difference in this situation a little bit. There are a few other people who were exploiting it and just taking advantage of it right at the end of their cycle to legend, which this Jukabuka person did too. They rose all the way up, but it looked like they kind of stopped doing it after they hit legend. I'm not too sure if they did completely, but from the couple of battles that I saw them going up against people after hitting legend, they didn't. But you have other individuals who are going to rise up and start saying, oh, I just wanted to take a look and test it out. In my last video talking about the exploit, this newer one, somebody had gotten caught. They were posted on doing this and being called out as they should. And then other people started saying, yeah, he was like, oh no, I was just testing to see if it was, you know, really going to happen, and I just doing experiments. Bullshit. No, you were cheating. You're trying to hit legend, you're cheating straight up. See, people are liars. People are bold-faced liars, gaslighters, and they will lie to the death, especially when it comes down to being on the internet where you have less accountability, and when it comes down to a video game like this, and technically the worst repercussion is just getting banned. There's really no reason to not lie, and this is why these people do this, okay? What do you think they're gonna be honest? You guys caught me. Oh, I was cheating because I was just trying to get an easy run to legend or being on the leaderboard. You got me. No, hell no. Nobody's going to come out and say that, even though that's their intention, right? For the most part, I would assume most of them. But you can say, well, maybe that Jukabuka person was trying to just exploit it, and now they're just trying to say, oh, well, I'm just, you know, doing this and that. Okay. All right, I guess maybe. Well, who knows? I'm not 100%. I'm just saying it could be a possibility. From their end, I see where they're coming from, because Niantic loves to just let everything go, act as if they're so smart on how they've developed their game, and any sort of bug that comes up, whatever the case may be, it's in the we're looking into it mode. Like, are you shitting me? Looking into it mode? Take it, look at it, shut it down, or put up some sort of a warning or something and let people know what's going on here. You know, it's really funny, you know, I'm going to talk about this really quick too. When the whistleblower came to me, oh, by the way, look at all these like horrible leads when I swapped to the ghost. Isn't that funny? And then I swapped to something else. But yeah, we're mostly going to be just doing, talking about this, no commentary. I just wanted to give you a little something to watch. But when it came down to the whistleblower who gave me the inside on people using the Discord cheat. Now, I know I've bring this up a lot of times before, but one more time, there's a Discord cheat where you can see somebody else's team. You have to use 2 phones. You can see their moves as well. It's crazy, right? But when I exposed that, thanks to this person who came forth with all this information, and then other people started making videos on it, and then GoHub picked it up and made an article on it, which I'm appreciative of all this, of course. Apparently Niantic told them to take it down. You know, it's really funny too, because I was the one who initially came out with all this proof, and Niantic absolutely hates me. So I'm the only thing I'm thinking is they possibly just didn't want me to be the one to expose it, or this is such a massive bug that they could probably not even fix it, or at least they're just too lazy to. I'm not saying that people working over there are lazy. Maybe they're just not allowed to. Okay, let's put it that way. Who knows what the case may be. Nonetheless, they just swept it under the rug because this was a massive cheat. This is a massive exploit to see somebody's whole entire freaking team in their moves. That is crazy. But when it comes to these other people, you know, these I don't want to talk crap about the world champ guy, but just top players, like, you know, who play a lot and do a lot of battles, we'll put it that way, being nice here, okay? I don't want to get all mean to everybody. Then all of a sudden it's important, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, it's a big deal that somebody can freeze your game now. That's so much more important than seeing your whole entire freaking team with your moves, right? But GoHub did an article on this new exploit, with the one where they can freeze your game. It's still up. Niantic didn't tell them to take it down. What happened? So a very big bias going on here. And at the end of the day, when I see that kind of thing happening, it kind of makes me happy to see people like this Jukabuka person acting as if like he's a Joker within the Pokemon Go game. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? Just burning the whole thing down to bring attention to, well, I don't think Joker does that to bring attention, but you know where I'm coming from. Just burning it down so that it can get so much attention that they're almost forced to do something, or at least look into it. As far as I know, it's still running rampant. They haven't said anything about it. I don't know if it comes down to these cheats that they will actually publicly announce it as far as Niantic is concerned, but I don't even know if they even give a damn. This is why widespread knowledge of it is good. Not as much as I would want to tell you how to do a lot of these exploits, it's not really worth it. It's more so better that you're knowledgeable about it, and the other people are going to do it, unfortunately. But if it gets big enough, Niantic will be forced to do something, as Go Battle League is like one of their most precious little things now in Pokemon Go, because what is it, like 60 to 70% or more of the community Pokemon days that we're getting for their moves are for PvP, and they're pretty much useless in raids. Okay, so they're obviously trying to push us to battle, because that is the end game here. Okay, battling is the end game. This is why I was so excited for it when it was announced, and I discussed exactly how it would work with the 3 tiers way back in the day. That was crazy, and we got them. Not to the degree like I was talking about. The combat power is a little bit lower. They're a little bit more different than the situation I was saying, but it's essentially pretty much the same thing. And I was very hyped for it, and it was great for a long time. And then the lag, and then the cheating, and all these different things started happening, and I started losing my love for it. And then there's, I don't know why a lot of the PvP community says that they're so inviting and happy and nice and kind. There's a lot of great people in there, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of amazing people in the battling scene for sure, but there's also a massive toxic side to it too. And let's not get it twisted. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You people in the PvP community know exactly what I'm freaking talking about. So let's not be stupid. And that pushed my love just a little bit further away. And then that brings me to one of the final things here. I was playing this damn freaking Go Battle League a couple of days ago, and I couldn't believe the amount of lag, how horrible it was. My assets are download, refreshed the game, restarted my phone, restarted the game again. All right, everything's up to date. Go back into Go Battle League, and I can't even hit my charge move, and while they're still quick moving me. And I'm not going to chalk it up to, oh, they're cheating. No, they're cheating. I'm pretty sure I encountered a couple of cheaters for sure that are making the game lag, but I can't tell you 100% for sure that these people are doing that because I could be completely innocent while this game is just busted and broken online itself. You see? So it's very frustrating. We don't even know who's cheating. And if you call it somebody, they could just be like, oh, it's the game, it's the lag, you know? So we're stuck over here with this horrible Go Battle League system, all this invested Stardust, and they're pushing it still as one of their main features for the game, which it is, but all the while putting little to no effort into trying to actually fix it and make it better. It's absolutely insane. I have no idea what the hell they're doing. I don't know if they cannot figure it out or they just simply will just chalk it up to, well, just a little bit of collateral damage. Sure, a virus once let loose and unchecked becomes something extremely deadly and will just morph and become something almost unstoppable. Okay, to a degree. Let's not get all crazy here. I'm not trying to take it back to 2020 here, and it's not even that. Anyways, you know what I'm going with this, right? So you have to do something. You have to make an effort to try to change it, or it's just going to keep going out of control. Before you know it, it's just going to be a complete mess. And with this lag, it's just even more horrible. I wasn't even worried about the cheating. I was like, well, shit, can I even just play the damn game how it was intended? I mean, I know I'm going to encounter a cheater, probably 1 out of 10 people, but my goodness, the lag is here pretty much, 9 out of 10. And it's unbelievably weird at this point how long they've let this go. But hey, folks, there you go. There's a little bit of a rant. Just be warned that Go Battle League obviously is a piece of junk right now. Not that it hasn't been for a long time, but there you go. Look out for those cheaters. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.